Good morning. My name is Charles Anthony Jones, and this is Motivation. Today we're talking about the power that works in us, the inner strength, the ability to think and cause change. All of us have gifts in us. Some of us have allowed those gifts to lay dormant, but yet God has given us these gifts in order to accomplish things in life. One of the things that I want to share is how powerful our mind is. The mind is powerful. There is a saying that we only utilize about 10% of our brain power. But let's begin to understand how powerful changing our thoughts are. Expectation is powerful. When we begin to think differently, we will act differently. When we begin to think outside of the box or be a critical thinker, then we'll begin to accomplish things that are beyond the normal order of things. We can find ourselves excelling in life through the power of our thoughts. You can run a successful business. You can have a successful family. You can have financial independence all through the power of your thought process. Now, thoughts then become the means by which we change and grow and develop. As we begin to think differently, we will act differently. We will grow, we will develop from the power of the thought pattern, a thought system. Our belief system is critical. What do you believe? What do you expect? If you believe you will succeed, success will come. If you expect to do better, you will. If you expect to overcome certain limitations, you can. Your belief system is what causes change or causes you to grow and develop so that you become all or maximize your potential. And every one of us have this ability. We're limited sometimes by either our experiences, how we've been brought up, how we've been taught, how we've been programmed, and it can cause us to be limited in our expression. But we must be able to go beyond the philosophy of men, the learned systems, the program system that we're accustomed to, and begin to allow our minds to expand us to the level that God has put in us, the ability that is working within us or can work. So now, thinking different means that I have to choose to agree with some thoughts and choose to reject some ways of thinking. And probably what we grew up in most of our cases, is what is considered a slave mentality. And not just limited to color or color of skin. A lot of people are slaves in their mind, regardless of what color they are, because they've allowed their thoughts to limit their expression or passions or accomplishments. There's a book by Napoleon Hill that says, Think and Grow Rich. It's a very powerful concept. We can think and make changes that need to be made. We can think and grow and develop into the maximum or maximizing our potential just through the power of our thoughts. So now as I change my mind, there's a transformation that comes even from the scripture that says that we are transformed by renewing our mind. Where transform means to change from one thing to another. If you're in a situation that you don't want to be in anymore, maybe limited salary, limited income, whatever your situation may be. Maybe it's a troubled marriage. Maybe it's a troubled business relationship. Maybe business is not growing and prospering. You can decide to change that situation when you begin to think different about that situation. You begin to think different about the success of your business, the success of your marriage. Begin to think success. Begin to expect it to grow, expect it to develop. There's a power in our belief system that's untapped, and I want to encourage and motivate you to tap into those resources of your inner strength and begin to think success, think victory, think overcome, think the best of people, think good thoughts, replace the negativism with positive reinforcement. I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. Nothing is impossible to me that believe. As I believe, nothing is impossible. So that's the power of the creative force that's in us, that's given to us by God. And it is designed for you to maximize your potential. The gift that God put in you, or the gifts that we have, is designed to bring forth a harvest or bring forth a development or maximization of our process. It's critical then to know that it's up to us to think and expect and know and look for things to change. Change is important, because a lot of us are programmed by a system, by a philosophy, by concepts of men, by concepts of education, concepts of limited government, concepts of limited family, concepts of racial struggles or racial tensions or racial limitations based on the color of your skin. Don't let any of those things govern your action, or don't let those things limit your passions for success and going forth in the things that are in you to do. Every one of us have a purpose. Every one of us have a reason that we're here. And when you equate your purpose and passion with assisting and helping other people, now you begin to really understand what life is all about. Because no man is an island. Everything that we accomplish in life should be designed to help somebody else. As a father, I want to leave inheritance to my children, to my children's children. I want to be able to also affect the lives of those that are around me, affect community, affect the social atmosphere that I'm inclined to. God has put me here for a reason. He put all of us here. And it's incumbent upon us to not be selfish in our thoughts, or not to consume from a selfish perspective, but to be a giver, to be one who has allowed our gifts to benefit others. Now, I want to begin to challenge every one of us, challenge you to think and grow rich. Think about how more powerful you could be if you had substance to be able to give to others. And not just for yourself, you take care of your family, but make sure you have something to give to someone else, to help somebody else start a business, help someone else be the best they can be. So I really want to motivate a non-selfish approach to success. It says, as I succeed, I want to make sure I pull everybody I can up with me. I'm not selfish about this. I want to give. And most of your successful millionaires, billionaires are people who are givers, people who are not selfish. They understand the concept of giving. They understand the benefits of giving. So be non-selfish in your motivation, your intent, and you'll begin to see things open up for you. Because now you have all the oppositions in this life, all the opposing forces that work against you. When you begin to tap into the power of faith, now you have the power of God at your disposal, and He can begin to open doors that no man can close. He can provide opportunities that you don't even deserve based on merit, based on ability of your own, as you begin to trust and expect and believe Him. So the relationship with God is important too, where you have to understand there's a spiritual part of your life that needs God. It needs the relationship with God, it needs the influence of God and the mind of God. And He's open to you coming into His presence anytime. That's the good thing about God. You come to Him and say, Lord, I need your help, and He's there. He wants to help. So let's make the commitment to Him first, and make that commitment so that it is you're sold out. It's just my life is yours. Now, Lord, take me and use me to benefit others, to help somebody else. But I want to really help you understand that in spite of your faith and your religion, how you believe God, what you perceive about God, there's still something required of you to succeed. That is, thinking at a level of success, thinking that nothing is impossible, expectation of success, and then not being deterred by rejection, or not being deterred by maybe what you're believing for didn't happen soon enough or right away. But perseverance is key to success. That you continue to be focused and know that I will succeed. Obstacles are beginning to be learning curves instead of stumbling blocks. I learn how to do better, and I'm not discouraged. I will succeed. So that conviction, that convincing of yourself is the first step, that you're able, by the grace of God, by the help of God, to accomplish anything in this life. And that's what I want to motivate you to do. Think, expand your thoughts, expand your horizons through the power of thought, and knowing your ability is something God gave you to maximize your potentials in life, to be able to help others. And as you're motivated by that, now you have the energy, the force of the Spirit of God, and the energy to go forth to accomplish your dream. So I want to encourage you to think. I want to encourage you to look expectingly, look at things in a different perspective, change your outlook and concepts, deny and reject all negativity, all negative thoughts, all negative energy, negative people. Associate yourself with those who are thinking on the level of success. It is not just, again, for material gain, but it is to maximize your potential as a person and character, and maintain the concepts of integrity and honesty and giving. And you'll find success is yours for the asking and for the seeking. Know of a surety that the power works in you. How you think, what you expect will become a reality in your life. And then allow the atmosphere that you create to be conducive to success for others. You're not just thinking about yourself. But I want to motivate. I want to help somebody else, which is why the Lord gave me this series on motivation. It's designed not to just boast in my successes, but to be able to say, hey, I've accomplished great things in life, so can you. And this is just the beginning of what I can accomplish. I'm not at the place that I want to be yet in all the areas that I want to be there. But I know that it's coming. I see it. I know it. I expect it. I believe it. And I put forth the effort to make it a reality. Even faith without works is dead, being alone. You have to have corresponding actions with what you believe. So if you believe God's going to give you a business, you can't sit home and expect someone to knock on the door and say, here's your business. You have to be able to get up and go out and network and associate with people who are in business, those who are aspiring or those who have maybe reached the level that you aspire to. Begin to make friends with unrighteous mammon. And begin to make friends with people who are successful, even if they're not Christians. And that's a hard word for some of us because religion has unfortunately limited us to think that we're only supposed to be associated with Christians. But as you understand this, even if you're a Christian, whatever you are, that there must be an association with all men and having a relationship and yet maintaining your integrity, maintaining your standards in spite of your relationship with others. Business relationships can be successful as you learn how to be a success from those that are successful, whether they're God-fearing creatures or whether they're just people who have known how to make things happen, how to market themselves, how to develop themselves. And so we can associate with them and still maintain our integrity in God, if that's who you are. Still live righteous and holy and be honest and have integrity and be a success. I think that's where we've missed it, even if you look at it from a perspective of church or Christian people. We've begun to kind of put ourselves in a box thinking that this is a safe zone. If I stay here, I won't sin. If I go out and expand, I could get into trouble because there's trouble out there. Well, God is able to keep us, even in your commitment to Him, and as He expects you to go out there and be amongst those that are not, that don't necessarily hold the same value that you have, without compromise. So understand that the expanding of your horizons is not limited to a religious system or a religious concept, but it is the very nature of God that allows us to intermingle with others, even in the sense of being a light in darkness. And when you go forth in that understanding, now you are unlimiting your associations and networking possibilities. But then know where to draw the line. I mean, if there is things that you know are not right that they're expecting you to do, then you don't do them. And you trust God to take care of you. But now I'm saying this because there's a very fine line in transitioning from this comfort zone mentality to expanding your horizons to where you're associating even with those that are rich, but they may not have the concepts of God or the fear of God. But then you're learning from them, you're gleaning from them, and you're understanding some principles that are beyond the four walls of the church. And you begin to realize business and success is very much the will of God for you, and that He wants you to have success in whatever you do. And that's critical to our thinking because if you think within this comfort zone, you limit your effectiveness, you limit the expanding of your horizons, you limit the success that you could have if you just think outside the box, yet within the confines or parameters of godly values. Don't ever lose that. Don't ever lose honesty and integrity in business. That is a very God-given concept that works and helps the favor of God to rest on your business. You need that. So the motivation then is to think beyond the comfort zone of your four walls and to look outside of yourself and have great expectation. Find something that you do well. If you're a writer, write books. If you're a singer, sing songs. If you're an entrepreneur and all of this works together, then find ways to benefit others by what you invent or what you create. And know that you're going to be a success at that because your motivation is to help somebody else. As a result of helping others, there's a law of restitution. Whatsoever man sow, that shall he also reap. So if you begin to sow into people's lives and helping others and giving, then you're going to reap the benefits of that. And that's a spiritual law. And it works no matter who does it or who doesn't. It works. If you sow good, good comes back to you. Whatsoever man sow, that shall he also reap. That's the law of restitution. So be mindful of that as I begin to invest, or we begin to invest in our businesses, our dreams, our visions, that the motivation is I want to sow into someone's life that which will benefit them. I'm non-selfish in my intent, and I'm honest and have integrity, and I look to the power of my belief system, my faith, to cause doors to open. Expectation opens doors. So now think about that as you go through your day, as you assess your current situation. You want to make sure that you are doing what it takes to maximize your potential, doing what it takes to make the changes necessary in your thoughts and in your emotions and in your experiences, and deprogram yourself from the negativity maybe we learned or grew up with, and begin to develop yourself in the mindset that says, I can do all things through Christ. I am a success in life. I can overcome this. I can stop that. If it's stopping me, blocking, hindering me, I want to move that out of my life. You can change. Don't ever think that you have to remain the same. If you see things about yourself that even stops you, maybe your mentality says, I'm just negative. I don't know how to do anything. I just don't believe. I don't know. I don't know. When you have that negative outlook, it's a blockage to your success. You have to begin to say, wait a minute, I can change. I don't have to be this way. I don't have to be limited anymore. I don't have to be restricted by my fears or by fear that keeps me from moving forward. Don't allow fear to stop you. Fear is the enemy of your faith. The opposite of belief system is positive, is a negative belief system called fear. It says you can't, you won't, you never do it, you'll never be a success. It tells you because you're black, you can't do this, because you're a certain race, you can't do that, you're a minority. Change that thinking to yes, I can, regardless of who I am, my color, my skin. I can succeed in life. I can be a success. I can be powerful. I can be influential. I can find ways to succeed on behalf of others. I can reap benefits of my giving and sowing to be a help to someone else. This is the motivation that every one of us need daily. And sometimes you're going to feel discouraged, especially when you don't accomplish things in the time frame that you may want to see them accomplished. But perseverance is critical. Continue to persevere. Never give up. Never cave in. Never quit. And as you begin to press toward that mark of a good reason and then seek the Lord about what you should be doing, you'll find success as you persevere, as you continue, as you don't give up. God is looking for those who are willing to trust Him, to look to Him, to believe in Him, to expect, to want to do good. And when you look from that motivation that you're going to help somebody, God's on board with that. He'll help you do that. So I want to encourage you to think differently. I want to encourage you to grow in your thoughts. Expect the impossible. Expect things to change that need to change. Look for change to come. You can change by renewing your mind. And that's critical to our success. So this is Charles Anthony Jones with another motivational minute. Be encouraged. Until our next time.